So joining us today on the afternoon sound alternative are the good folks from Próxima Parada in advance of their front range performances later on this week. And we just heard their song Begin Again from their new record, Second Brother. So to get started, I will let each of you introduce yourselves and let us know your role in the band.
Cool. Hi, nice to be here, Iris. My name is Nick Larson, and I sing and play keys and guitar.
I'm Kevin Middlecoff, and I play the bass.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out today to chat. I guess we'll start with a really hard question because it's always good to ask the hard stuff first, because then everything's easier after that. So I'll throw this one out there. If someone's never heard your music before, how would you describe your vibe to them in like one sentence?
Hard. You're right. It's such a hard question. Maybe we might even have different approaches, Kevin and me. But I would say it's original music. We write our own music. It's groovy. It's sincere. It's there's a lot of emphasis being like they're positive lyrics. They're introspective. Tend to be about the healing in one way or another.
Awesome.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Perfect. No, that nails it. And you're going to be doing 3 shows here locally. I believe the Moxie Theater in Greeley on Wednesday, 23rd, and the Coast in Fort Collins on Thursday, the 24th, and then Cervantes Other Side in Denver on Sunday, the 27th. Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. What are y'all looking forward to about being in our neck of the woods?
I don't know. We just love playing in Colorado. Like every time we go, it's so much fun. We always have a response to the crowd. Everyone's so nice. Like everyone's willing to hang out and talk a little bit after the shows, and we've got to know a lot of people there. Mm-hmm. We kind of have like what we like to call our band parents live, which is really nice. So we get to see them and hang out.
Awesome. So it's sort of like second home a little bit.
Yeah, Liz and Jim always host us when we're in Colorado, and it's better than our real homes.
Yeah.
So we just love spending time with them.
Yeah. Any chance we can come out there, it's great.
Nice. Well, it sure will be good to have you back. And it's funny because like I have so I have all sorts of questions about the record, which Second Brother, which is your 4th album, is that right?
Right? Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it was just like laying down a record in the middle of a pandemic. All sorts of questions. I think my big burning question, to be completely honest, is about the single 24 Brand New Hours, and like specifically the video. We'll play the track in a minute. But if you're listening, and you haven't seen this video, it's basically like 3.5 minutes of Kevin and Nick on this like epic, joyful inline skating journey through the streets of San Luis Obispo. Like you're in a country road in the middle of nowhere, and then you're in a convenience store. And just tell me about this whole song, because it is so full of joy.
Yeah. Well, as far as the music video goes, it's like that's something that we do anyway. Like we've been doing that for years here, just like for fun. And so we were just like, well, we need to get this on camera. So it's so much fun, and that song just fit that vibe so well. So we wanted to pair those up. But you can probably tell more about the song.
Oh yeah, I mean that song honestly just feels like this joyous reset button. It's just it is especially during these times, we really need this like, okay, I got 24 brand new hours today. I'm starting over. It doesn't matter what happened in the, and so we were kind of thinking like, well, what do we want to do with our 24 brand hours? We want to get on our roller skates and rollerblades, and get out there. Kevin played roller hockey in college, and so I try to keep up with him a little bit, but it is a blast.
Yeah, you've both definitely got some moves. That was my question, was like, have you been doing this forever? Because clearly you didn't just learn this for the video.
Yeah.
No, Kevin's really comfortable. My big goal for the day was just to not fall. And I stayed afloat, so it was a success for me.
It was a long day of blading too. So.
Yeah, we bladed all over.
How long did it take to shoot that? Because like that whole video process is just a whole other thing.
6 or 7 hours.
Yeah, because we did throughout different parts of the day so that the light would change. So yeah, we would like skate around in a location and find good shots, and then drive to another location or skate. And yeah, our friend would be, well, actually our drummer was driving, and then our very tall camera friend was videoing like out of the car. And yeah, it was such a
It was
blast.
a long day. Yeah, but it's really like that. You said the convenience store. That was like, we just got hungry. We needed a snack.
That was fantastic. Yeah, because it was just like, it was one of those things. It was like, I watched this like 3 times. Y'all made my day. So.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. I'm so glad that it brought you some joy.
And it's cool because you had said you'd mentioned a little bit earlier before we started recording this chat, you were on tour in March 2020 when pandemic lockdowns started happening. So there are like folks out there for whom you were probably their last experience of live music for a good long time, and now you're on tour again this summer. So you might also be someone's first live show after lockdown. That's got to feel really interesting. What's that like?
People are just so appreciative to be the world, like last month, or no, excuse me, it was in April, we went back on tour for the first time since the pandemic hit. And we were, like you said, we were literally, some people are like, I haven't been to a show since I saw you guys in March of 2020. Like, I can't believe I'm back out here. And so even if people have to be socially distanced or outside or wearing masks, they're still just so happy and appreciative. And we feel the same. Mm-hmm.
Sounds like there's a lot of energy just flowing back and forth at these shows right now. You've got to be thrilled.
Yeah,
a lot of pent up music energy.
Yeah.
over
Definitely like Charleston, South Carolina in specific, like they were just letting loose. You could tell people were just ready.
Nice. Because you've been like full time as a band for a little while now, and then like the pandemic just like kind of put a womp on everything.
We were in Charleston when the pandemic hit, and the rest of our tour got. We had to drive all the way back across the country, like not knowing what was going on. Like people were talking about borders getting closed at the time. We're like, oh God, are we going to be able to get home?
Like gas stations not being open.
Right. Yeah. And so you were literally on the road?
Yeah.
Wow.
I wish we would have stayed in Charleston just for the whole pandemic. It would have been a pretty nice place to be cooped up.
I hear you. I've been real grateful to be in Boulder because we got sunshine and good weather, and making the most out of a bad situation. It's been a lifesaver. So, like, listening to your music, it is really impossible to just not feel joy and hope and other wonderful things, especially right now. As you said, that seems like such a powerful thread. And I know a little bit, just as like individuals and as a band, you're also real involved in exploring how music and the arts can help us all connect with our hearts and heal with trauma. And we definitely heard some of that in your song Begin Again. I wondered if you could talk a little bit about that work and how that's reflected in your music.
Wonderful. Yeah. I think for me personally, like the songs that you spoke of, Begin Again and 24 Brand New Hours, are lyrics that I wrote. And I think a lot of it comes from just spending a lot of time in therapy and getting more and more in my own story and the stories that I've been telling myself for years, and trying to transform those narratives. And then as I am kind of making sense of my own process, I'll write a song to help kind of solidify that learning, because I'll play the songs kind of for myself too. I'm not trying to pre what they need to do. I'm saying like, this is what I need to do. This is what I'm focused on. And I feel like by us going first, it helps people. They'll hear that song and they'll say, gosh, I'm not alone in this journey, because I've been having the same struggles. And so it's really cool that, like, I find that the more personal to get with our songs, and we actually are connecting to this universal nature, right? People are like, oh my God, you're telling my story. And I thought, no, this is just my story. This is just about me. But no, it's not like that as humans.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. And it says, just like listening to the lyrics and especially on Begin Again, like that really struck me. And then and am I right that you like very intentionally didn't bring that track into a studio, and that was that recorded at home?
Oh yes. Yeah, the piano for that.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. We recorded like the band in the studio that guitar player actually built during the pandemic. Because of necessity, we weren't really able to rent out studio space and an engineer, so we did all of it ourselves. And then we thought it would be really special to record the piano in the room where I wrote the song on the piano that the song was written on. So we got to do that.
Wow. Wow. And so was this it sounds like this was maybe one of your first experiences, like doing your own engineering, doing your own tech. What did that inform, what's in your head now? Cause that tends to change things.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
It's like, it was something we're really interested in doing and wanted to do, but it was also, we were kind of learning how to do it as we were going.
Nice.
So oftentimes we would do something a certain way and then kind of figure out a better way to do it and then redo it that way.
Yeah.
Instead
a lot of
knowing how to do it right the first time.
Yeah,
a lot
exactly.
of trial there.
Yeah.
But we were really happy with ourselves, I guess. Like, I think that's the way we wanted to work.
Yeah. And we're finding that, like, no one's going to work harder than we are on our own music. So, like, if it means doing a bunch of takes or mixing it and then mixing it again and comparing, like, no one wants to do all that work, but we do, because we want the best song that we can, right? So for that, we're feeling.
Awesome. Well, I mean, we are super excited to have you in our neighborhood, bringing this great energy. And until then, we hope you just keep having a fantastic time on this tour. Where are you before you're with us?
Colorado will do, and then in the middle we'll pop up to Wyoming for the first time.
Yeah,
I've never been to Wyoming before. We're playing like a music festival in Gillette, and then playing a venue in Casper. So it's like Friday we'll be in Gillette at Donkey Creek Music Festival, and then Saturday we'll be in Casper. And so yeah, it's never been to Wyoming, so that'll be interesting.
Sweet. Yeah, back on the road life. Yeah, how does road life feel after being at home for so long?
Feels good, man.
Yeah,
feels good. I mean, I think we all got to a point at sometime in 2019 where we did some heavier touring. Where we're probably, we had our ups and downs of how we felt about it, and now that we haven't done it in a year, it feels so welcoming. Yeah, we all want to be there.
Yeah, back to that good problem to have.
Yeah, feels great.
Awesome. Is there anything I left out? Anything you want to tell folks in the KGN universe before we see you in town?
Oh, I'm just really excited to connect with people in real life. That if people do make it out to any of the shows, please come say hi to us and tell us your story and how you connect with these songs. It's really meaningful to us.
Yeah, and also we've got these 2 singles out right now that you can hear. And you can expect 3 more coming soon, as well as a full album this fall.
Awesome. So the album's going to drop this fall then.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Well, we're looking forward to it. Thank you so much both for your time. I've been speaking with gentlemen of Próxima Parada today on the Afternoon Sound Alternative, Nick Larson and Kevin Middlecoff. And I'm Iris Berkeley. Up next, the second single from their new upcoming album, Second Brother. This is 24 Brand New Hours.